Vanessa.
Yeah.
So, Vanessa, you are the minister of the San Francisco Unitarian Universal Church.
Yes.
And I heard part of a discussion that was going on to try to have you folks be more flexible in responding to developments in the world.
Right.
Can you say something about what is the biggest injustice you see in this world that your church is trying to do something about?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're beginning to grapple with is how do we respond to the injustices first of this city in ways that are bold. And so we're starting this year looking at our mission and vision, and part of it is we have a history of a church founded by Thomas Starr King, who asked the state to stay a free state, and so preserve the union. And so one of the questions is what does it mean now to preserve the union and make us strong as a nation, right? So it means Black Lives Matters, it means, humane treatment of people and families who are trying to get into this country the way many of our families tried to get into this country because they needed a better life. They were escaping persecution or economic despair. So how do we do that? But also how do we respond to a city that is one of the hearts of wealth in the nation and wealth creation in the technology sector that has an enormous homeless problem and no resources directed at it right now. So these are just some local questions that we can respond to.
You're very articulate.
Okay.
Prepare to spring back from the hits. And what do you think that one is?
The knight, the warrior, who's stepping into the challenges.
We have adaptation, we have resilience, and we have sustainability. We're left with mitigation. Go out and fight the emerging threats, weaken them before they can get here.
Yeah.
And this man is the greatest character from literature who out to fight the greatest threats of his time.
Is this Sancho Panza? Is
This is a
Don Quixote?
Don Quixote. He's mitigation. And there he is. He's going after greenhouse gases, and then he's going after this big. So, I want to thank you for letting me put my art into it.
Yes, well, it's stunning, and I look forward to spending some more time with it. Thank you so much for sharing your creative gifts and your message
Nice meeting
with
you.
us. Nice to meet you too. Take care.
And you've met Lorena now.
Yes, Michael. I've gotten some really great feedback about the artwork, especially being displayed here. So perfect location. Yeah. Well done.
Good.
5.
No, you look nice. You look very nice. Now, thank you.
Bravo! Wonderful.
Thank you.
Your paintings are really good. Look good here.
Yes.
With the roughness of the wall and the size. It's perfect.
How would you say that in French? How do you say it in French?
La taille des peintures marche très bien dans cet espace. Et c'est un beau lieu pour les peintures de Michael.
So this is Cecile, an old friend of ours. I've been a guest TV talk show host several times on my show, and And I resent the fact that you're trying to take over my show.
I'm glad that you resent it.
But you're so good. You really are so clean. And you had a chance to look at the art. Anything strike you that you want to comment on?
Well, I just think that it's really something very, very special and unique, the fact that you're able and you're in the process of creating these wonderful works on such an important topic as the California climate change programs and their goals, and the idea that somebody can come along and basically has the intellectual and artistic capacity to take all of this verbiage and these many, many pages and to then translate it into something that's an artistic endeavor that people can really understand without having to go through the layers and layers and layers and layers that you have to go through to get to this point, I think is really quite special and quite a testament.
Thank you. Yes, a scientist came to me who worked for the federal EPA, and he said, we are failing as scientists. We don't speak well with the public. You know, we're into something else, and it's wonderful. You make pictures that help people understand the challenges that we face and the solutions that are needed, and that's quite.
And it cuts to the chase. It's like I suppose, a computer program that you know has been made by engineers because nobody can understand it, and then you get something that's beautiful and has a wonderful user interface, and it makes total sense and it's user-friendly, which is very important for this subject matter because, as you had mentioned, it can be very complex, and it is very complex. And so I think that's a real help.
And I want to say, this we're in the first Unitarian Universalist Church in San Francisco. I'm delighted you're here, and they're giving us this show. But this show is called Michael Killen's Art, Climate Change in the Era of Trump. And as soon as all this art goes back, my next project is going to be climate energy solutions for America. This time, as you know, I worked on painting California's climate plan. Now I'm taking a look at the United States, and I'll be making paintings. The first one is going to be the big Stanford painting. And then I might look at a couple of the states, you know, who knows, Pennsylvania or Texas, and I'll take a look at their climate plan, and then I'll interpret their climate plan, hopefully in a way that will motivate voters in their particular area to recognize they got to vote for people who recognize that climate change can end it all for all of us.
Right, and people have to realize that there are facts involved. You can have disagreements, but you can't have, as that old saying goes, but you can't have your own facts. And I think cutting your teeth on the program in California that is so far ahead by comparison to most other states, I think it's a challenge to do the whole country, because the awareness and the priority and just the recognition of the actual problem in other states and the consciousness is not as great as it is where we live here in California.
Yes, I agree. So Jonathan Clyde, and your name of your company is Clyde?
Clyde Design Group.
And
fine custom cabinetry, you know that.
Oh yes. Good, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
Now I think all of what my team and I have accomplished over the last 10 years is giving me the feeling that my art, my TV work is now becoming more in demand and valued, and I'm happy about that.